Long-term complications of air pollution are mainly related to chronic lung diseases as well as the heart diseases. But recently there is a data by the WHO, by the Agency of Research on Lung Cancer, that air pollution is now taken as a major risk factor for development of lung cancer. In one of the few studies done in London have shown that 18% of the lung cancer which are detected in UK are due to air pollution. So air pollution is associated with increased risk of lung cancer. Initially it was thought that there are some components in the air pollution like particulate matters and certain combustion chemicals which are responsible. But now this Agency for Research on Lung Cancer, which is a part of WHO, has made air pollution as a whole as a risk factor for development of lung cancer. Chronic heart diseases, then elderly people because they have undetected cardiorespiratory diseases, and pregnant women, people with diabetes, and also young children. It has been seen that in young children the lungs are still developing, they are relatively immature, so the impact of air pollution is much more on them. Moreover, these young children are much more active than adults. They go out and play and they consume much more air for each kg of their body weight than the adults. So that makes them much more vulnerable. And moreover, in the childhood age, the prevalence of asthma is very high. It has been seen by various studies that 10% of the children are asthmatic. So that is why they are much more vulnerable to the effect of air pollution. The issues related to smog or other air pollution events are not restricted to a particular month of the year. In fact, the impact of air pollution can be seen throughout the year. There are certain types of air pollutants which are there throughout the years, like particulate matters. The particulate matters are of two types. They are fine particulate matters as well as coarse particulate matters. The coarse particulate matters are usually emitted by the stone crushers and by the roadside dust. You see these vehicles, when they ply on the road, so they stir up the dust around the roads, and that particulate matter is there throughout the year. But there are certain types of pollutants, particularly the ground level ozone. The ground level ozone is more seen in high levels are more commonly seen in warmer months, in summer months when there is a lot of sunlight, and this ozone is produced by these pollutants on exposure to sunlight. So summer months, the warmer months, the ground level ozone levels are very high and they cause significant respiratory effects. And on the other hand, the carbon monoxide levels are more seen during winter months because carbon dioxide is produced by incomplete combustion of coal, and we see that much more commonly in winter months. So overall the impact of air pollution is there throughout the year, but in the summer months you may see more of ground level ozone, and in the winter month you may have more of carbon monoxide poisoning. The air purifiers may reduce the level of air pollution in the closed spaces. So although in situation when there is a very heavy pollution out there, the air purifier may not be very effective, but in moderate pleural effusion, as we see when the outdoor particulate matters and the pollution levels are high, we also find the indoor pollution to be high. So in such situation, it may be very difficult to use large air purifier to improve the quality of air in your home, but one particular room, maybe the bedroom, where you think you may be spending most of the time, particularly when it has less number of windows and doors, then the use of a good quality air purifier may reduce the level of air pollutants and may have some impact in limiting the impact of air pollution, provided the people who are mainly indoor or who are spending a lot of time indoor.